Hello and welcome to Daily Race A. I'm back, but this time I've started all over again with Gran Turismo. This time I'm racing in VR. This is my last race at DRE before I move back into DRD. The first races before that were fairly uneventful affairs, mostly leading from pole to win. But this one got a little sweaty. After having no problems with the first corner here, I actually went off, losing time, which as we got down to the left-hander at the end of the straight, allowed second place to come barreling into my side. That kind of threw me off and got me a little flustered. And then it all went a bit pear-shaped in this corner. I've locked up the brakes. This car's a bit of a handful to drive, the 8C, and I dropped down to 6th place. If you've never seen Gran Turismo in VR, it's hard to explain what it's like. What you see on the screen here doesn't give any indication as to what you really sense and feel while in the headset. I can see so much more around me, out the sides, and the depth perception and the feeling of placement on the track just feels like driving a real car down the road. Scale is 1:1, everything seems lifelike. What you see on the screen here, it just pales in comparison to the driving experience. You feel the weight of the ground kind of underneath you. That doesn't make sense, but the undulations, the drop down the hill here, the tightness of the corner. It's hard to explain, but it's a phenomenal experience. But also what you see isn't really as clear as what you see on the screen here either. There's a sweet spot in the vision. It's kind of somewhat blurry off to the side. You can see the pixelization from the lower resolution, but it's still good. The sense of driving allows you to forget most of that while in the race. Anyway, I've been gradually moving back up the field here. It's getting a bit hairy and there's a lot going on, but essentially just gradually progressing up. The thing with the lower ranks, DRE, DRD, there's a lot of inexperienced racers here, so I didn't actually have to work very hard to move myself back up into 3rd spot, and a lot of people were taking themselves out. Again, even myself, at times I was making a few messes with this car. It's a tricky car to drive, the 8C, around this course. So I've gained on positions 1 and 2 that are in front of me. They're kind of slowing themselves down, trying to fight. I'm gaining up to them fairly quickly, quite rapidly actually, to the point that I gain on position 2 faster than I expected, and they broke sooner coming into this corner and I accidentally punted them here. I proceed to carry on, but I can take a look. I see they hit the wall, but they're behind me. I can check in the mirror here, so I slow off, let them pass me to regain their position. That was my fault for hitting them. And so I wanted them to have a chance to get back. Anyway, it didn't take long. Down to the last corners here, they took themselves out again. So I then gained position 2 and basically kept that towards the end of the race. So that was my last race at DRE. I now progress to DRD, which means that points matter going forward. So this will be my last race at race A for this week. I will either try race B or C and see how my progression up the ranks now occurs while using VR only. See you on the next race.